Ye's dentist. It says, let me start off with what it is. Here we go. 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 It says dentist tried to seize Yeezy while Star was incapacitated with cocktail of substances. Okay, the Mirror ran that. Okay, it says Kanye West is detailing intention of suing letter to dentist over nitrous oxide. So basically, Kanye's about to sue his dentist over nitrous. Now, let's read this. It says this is the letter of intent, I believe. It says Ye and Bianca to sue father of Diamond Dentistry for life, altering harm caused by malice, misappropriation, and malpractice. Ye and his wife, Bianca, serve Beverly Hills dentist Dr. Thomas Connelly. Noticed today that they're suing him for medical malpractice, gross negligence, fraud, exploitation, abandonment, psychological and emotional trauma, reckless administration, and controlled and uncontrolled substances, and other malicious and deceitful behavior. California law requires a formal notification to be served on the defendants 90 days before they could be sued for medical malpractice. A copy of this formal notice has been released to the media today. Connelly has charged $50,000 a month for nitrous gas. In spring 2024, Connelly attempted to seize control of the global music and fashion brand Yeezy LLC, while its principal, Ye, was incapacitated with a cocktail of controlled and uncontrolled substances. Connelly is liable for improper and excessive administration of nitrous oxide, encouraging and enabling unsupervised self-administration of nitrous oxide, continuing treatment despite clear adverse neurological and behavioral signs, admissions of negligent and written apologies, acknowledging mistakes which had no effect on treatment, financial exploitation of the patient through fraudulent billing and overcharging, improper provision of controlled substance such as propofol. Ooh, I heard of this with the Michael Jackson thing, and professional abandonment of the patient, say the couple and Yeezy staff. Resultant injuries and damages include neurological and physical injury to Ye, psychological and emotional trauma, chemical dependency, which requires ongoing treatment, and financial harm and economic losses and loss of consortium. Okay? Now, there's much more information given because there was also a letter sent. Let's get into this a bit. It says, notice of intent to sue and demand for preservation of records. It says, Dear Mr. Q, I'm writing on behalf of my client, Ye, regarding your involvement as the assistant during the period when he was under the dental care of Dr. Thomas Connelly. As you may be aware, Ye and his wife have notified Dr. Connelly of their intent to sue for medical malpractice, professional negligence, related tortious and contractual violations stemming from his treatment of Ye. It's come to our attention that you encouraged, facilitated, assisted, and otherwise contributed to Ye's overconsumption of nitrous oxide during this time. Please be advised that we anticipate that you will be named as a co-defendant in the forthcoming lawsuit related to the aforementioned matters. The lawsuit will allege, among other things, that your actions contributed to the harm suffered by Ye due to the excessive use of nitrous oxide. The relentless administration of nitrous oxide exacted a horrific toll on Ye, causing neurological damage, clouding his mind with confusion and paranoia, and plunging him into emotional turmoil. Yeezy executives sounded the alarm time and time again, confronting you with urgent warnings about Ye's deteriorating conditions, pleading for your cooperation to help end the nitrous oxide supply. Ye's family, include those relatives, close relatives, echoed those desperate pleas to cease enabling the destructive habit. Medical experts have reinforced this course, citing well-documented dangers to Ye, yet fully aware of this barrage of warnings from every corner, you pressed on, shamelessly facilitating his descent into nitrous oxide's grip, heedless in the wreckage left in its wake. In anticipation of this litigation, we hereby demand that you immediately preserve all documents, communications, and electronically stored information that may be relevant to this matter. This includes, but is not limited to, all communications, between you, Ye, Dr. Connelly, and other employees and agents of Yeezy. Family members and colleagues of Ye and other parties of Ye in any manner. Any notes, memos, diaries that you may have had. Okay, so this is a preservation notice that they don't destroy any evidence. Now, this is the doctor right here. and this is a letter they sent to him. Please be advised that the firm represents Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, and his wife, Bianca Censor, in connection with a serious injury and damages arising from the dental treatment and related to the services you provided Ye from 2024 and 2025. This letter constitutes formal notice of intent to initiate litigation pursuant to California Code of Civil Procedure. Our client intends to file a lawsuit against you for medical malpractice, professional negligence, and related. Okay. I've heard of this doctor before. Let's see. What's his name again? Dr. Thomas Connelly. I forgot what they said about this guy.
Kanye West is officially suing the dentist that got him addicted to nitrous. A few moments ago, massive news has just came out with Kanye West now officially filing a lawsuit against the man that got him addicted to nitrous in the first place, called Dr. Connelly. As you can see right here, major publications are reporting a formal notice of intent to sue has been served, accusing Dr. Connelly of medical malpractice and misconduct, including charging Kanye.
Wait, I want to find out more about this guy's history. Nitrous.
Kanye West Palace claims
Kanye West. That's why he's been saying those crazy.
Yeah, I remember there was some old text messages that came out.
Yeah, you know, don't get me wrong.
I'm trying to find the messages.
Almost 30 million impressions. Viral tweets such as these. We know how and supply illegally with.
Yeah, it was 8 months ago that Milo, which is at Nero on Twitter, was accusing this doctor of doing what he's now being sued of doing.
Allegations. Kanye West. Yiannopoulos.
You're going through, who was just
I'm trying to find the text messages.
Ye's ex-chief of staff, Milo Yiannopoulos, reveals Ye spends $50K a month on nitrous oxide, aka Whippets. Milo stated in a series of tweets that Ye's dentist, Thomas Connelly, is responsible for supplying him the nitrous oxide.
And Garcia, this is Ye, I'm on the nitrous.
Everyone pray for Ye to recover. Ye's ex-chief of staff, Milo Yiannopoulos, reveals Ye spends $50K a month on nitrous oxide, aka Whippets. Milo stated in a series of tweets that Ye's dentist, Thomas Connelly, is responsible for supplying him the nitrous oxide.
And Garcia, this is Ye, I'm on the nitrous.
Everyone pray for Ye to recover. Ye's...
This is not meant for human.
Okay.
Kanye said, you got to use the nitrous.
We can't watch. No disrespect to her. I wanted to ask. Okay, here we go.
These controversies have led to widespread condemnation, the termination of partnerships, and on.
Are we blaming nitrous oxide for the entire, Kanye West, arc in the last 2 years? Because, that lawsuit kind of gives an alley-oop for that, don't it?
Ongoing public scrutiny. West's recent dental procedure has sparked a whirlwind of controversy. The rapper, known for his bold fashion choices and outspoken opinions, revealed he spent a staggering $850,000 on permanent titanium dentures or implants. However, the procedure has been shrouded in mystery and allegations. For simplicity, we'll just be referring to them as dentures for the rest of the video, even though they might also be implants.
It's not quite exactly what you think it is. Now, a lot of people are reporting he pulled all of his teeth, and then some other people are reporting, no, he's still got all of his teeth. But what actually happened is equally kind of bad and good. I don't know, you let me know what you think. So first off, no, Kanye West did not pull all of his teeth to get what we call implant supported dentures. This is where they screw things in to your bone, and then those teeth are set there. But he didn't also get just grills or removable grills that have all of his real teeth underneath. In fact, he got basically kind of a middle ground. So basically what Kanye West got is what we consider permanent grills. And permanent grills are basically crowns on every single one of your teeth. So what they did for him is they didn't pull his teeth, but they did shave every single one of Kanye West's teeth down. So what they had to do was shave down all of his teeth and then replace what they shaved down with the metal. The crazy part is he pretty much did ruin every single one of his teeth. And if he ever wants to get these grills removed or taken off, yes, he does have some tooth structure underneath, but he would have to get full replacement crowns on every single one of his teeth to get a natural tooth look back. Now, obviously, this doesn't matter for Kanye because he's got, he's got tons of money and he could do whatever he wants. My guess is, like most people that get this, he's gonna want these off probably in the next 6 months or a year and then probably regret it for the rest of his life.
One of the most shocking claims involves the dentist who performed the procedure, Thomas Connelly.
Hi, I'm Dr. Connelly. Welcome to my workshop.
Timeout, flag on the play. Timeout, flag on the play. My dentist look like this. Problem. It's a problem.
Where I make $1 million smiles. I'm the biggest rappers in the world. Most unique and innovative thing that I've done to date is with Ye. I think the inspiration was really his mind and his vision. Some people I think don't understand, and I don't expect everybody to understand that.
According to sources, Connelly allegedly supplied Kanye with nitrous oxide, a powerful sedative. Kanye's ex-chief of staff alleges that this led to a dangerous addiction. The dentist is accused of manipulating Kanye to gain control of his finances. The allegations against Connelly are supported by various sources who worked closely with Kanye. Claims that the rapper's addiction to nitrous oxide is clearly evident and that Connelly took advantage of his vulnerable state. Kanye's dental procedure itself has raised eyebrows. As the drama unfolds, many are left wondering about the true motivations behind Kanye's decision to undergo such a drastic procedure. Was it a genuine desire for a new look? Or was he influenced by external factors? He's so controversial that when you hear stuff like this, it kind of goes in one ear and out the other. But becoming addicted to nitrous oxide, that's something you don't hear about often. The one thing that kind of makes sense is that he does actually need dentures or implants in the first place. These procedures are typically a procedure that someone would use as a last resort. Kanye, however, shattered his jaw in a car crash some time ago. It's theorized after shattering his jaw, he would definitely have needed dentures.
Did this accident as God saying, I'm about to hand you the world, because I had a lot of good records, slow jams, Jesus walks, already in the pipeline. So he's like, I'm about to hand you the world. Just know at any given time I could take it away from you. So always keep me first. To nearly lose your life, to nearly lose your mouth, your voice as a career as a rapper, your face. You know, I had to be on TV. My face looks crazy to me now. Y'all probably look at it and think it's normal, but I feel very self-conscious about certain things. Look how my mouth, it looks like you can't even see my bottom teeth when I talk. You always see the top teeth, and that's not how I used to be. Or this crease that I have under here, where I had this extra skin buildup for when they had to close the mouth back up. And people, they act like they don't notice it, but especially if I'm lit wrong, I got to get like Michael Jackson and bring my own lighting text. Because I just see it and be like.
So the idea of dentures themselves isn't out of the realm of sanity. Whatever the case, West's titanium teeth are just another notch on the belt of intrigue when it comes to this guy. Whispers of West's dental obsession soon turned into shouts of concern. Reports surfaced alleging an addiction to nitrous oxide, commonly known as laughing gas, administered during his dental procedures. The allegations are painting a picture of Kanye sitting at board meetings while wearing a mask on his face, administering his daily dose of euphoria. These rumors only fueled by West's reputation, known for his public outbursts and erratic behavior. At the center of the controversy surrounding Kanye West's alleged addiction was his dentist, Dr. Thomas Connelly, known for his impeccable skills and high-profile clientele. Connelly, is it a stranger to star-studded clientele? However, this is the first time he's become a figure of scrutiny as allegations surface about his role in West's downfall. Important people are accusing Connelly of enabling West's addiction by readily supplying him with nitrous oxide, even outside of the dental office. Connelly is known for his work with other celebrities including Post Malone, Odell Beckham Jr., Shaquille O'Neal, Chris Brown, and DaBaby. His reputation for high-quality dental work among celebrities likely played a role in his introduction to Kanye West. Kanye was reportedly introduced to Connelly by songwriter Billy Walsh towards the end of 2023. Walsh, who had previously worked with Connelly on other projects, likely recommended the dentist to Kanye based on his reputation and expertise. Connelly's work with Post Malone was particularly instrumental in establishing his reputation among celebrities. After successfully completing dental procedures for Post Malone, Connelly gained notoriety in the music industry. This exposure likely led to more high-profile clients, including Kanye West. The allegations against Dr. Connelly are beyond mere negligence. They're suggesting a calculated and deliberate exploitation of Kanye.
I'm Tom Connelly. I'm a dentist in Los Angeles and here in New York City. I do some very interesting dentistry, mainly diamond work, precious metals, stuff that you don't really see on the average person. In addition, a lot of times while our patients are sleeping, we do tattoos.
So he does tattoo. All right, this is a problem. If your dentist does tattoos on the side, jewelry work, before he fixes your root canal, that's a problem. Before he does a root canal, the nigga's gonna give you a tattoo, and he gonna give you like some bling. I don't know about this one.
So sometimes we'll run 6, 8 artists at the same time while the patients are having their mouth redone. And we've created this really interesting new business of teeth and tattoos. Posty is part of the brainchild of what we do, and he deserves credit for it. And his words to me were like, can we just make the whole tooth a diamond? And we just looked at it and said, I just said, yeah, let's do it. So we did it. I mean, he literally threw a bunch of money at it, and we failed miserably. We wasted easily 40 carats of diamonds trying to do what we wanted to do and understanding what the limitations were from putting a diamond in the mouth. So it took us a couple of years and trial and error, and we reached a point where we put them in and it's really, when you see them in concert and they get a good angle, it hits. I have 4 business partners right now. One of them's an anesthesiologist, one's Travis Barker. I have Odell Beckham and Post Malone. We all work together in this business. Odell was getting some veneer work and just some basic small stuff. And we put him under, and it was one of these things like, can we do a tattoo while I'm sleeping? And we kind of looked at each other and I said, geez, I don't know, I don't see why not. So we called up the state board, anesthesiology, and they kind of looked at us like, well, I mean, if an anesthesiologist is putting him to sleep, I guess you can do anything. And we tattooed Odell very successfully. Ganga was the tattoo artist, Joaquin Ganga. And it just kind of became like, I remember Post was in the next week. I'm like, hey, last week we did Odell and this is what we did. Yeah, let's do that. I fucking hate the pain. Let's do it. I think it was Odell and said, next time I go under, I want to get all my tattoos touched up. Can we run multiple artists? And it was kind of like, why not? We can run one. Why can't we run 6 or 8?
Sources claim that he...
Nah, I don't know if I trust this shit, bro. I ain't gonna cap with y'all, chat. Something about this shit don't sound too right. I'm gonna keep it a beam.
Actively exploited West's vulnerability, profiting from his addiction by charging exorbitant fees for unnecessary procedures and excessive amounts of nitrous oxide. This wasn't just about money, it was about control and manipulation. The story took an even darker turn with allegations that Connelly used his connections to other celebrities to keep West hooked. He allegedly manipulated social circles to ensure his control over West. He allegedly arranged for West to connect with other high-profile individuals who shared his addiction, creating a cycle of enablement and exploitation. This network of addiction and dependency was carefully orchestrated. If true, Connelly's actions were not just unethical, they were morally reprehensible. The betrayal of trust was profound, leaving a trail of damaged lives and broken spirits in its wake. It's been reported that 4 large surgical tanks of nitrous oxide were seen being moved into Kanye's girlfriend's apartment. This suggests a significant and potentially dangerous level of drug use. To further facilitate his control over Kanye, Connelly reportedly moved into the same building as the rapper. This proximity allowed for easier access and potential manipulation. In Hollywood, where wealth and influence often come at a steep price, West's alleged addiction and Connelly's alleged exploitations are not isolated incidents. They're a symptom of a larger culture that often glorifies excess and turns blind eyes to the consequences. The public reaction to Kanye West's alleged addiction is predictably divided. Some are quick to judge, dismissing him as another celebrity casualty of fame and fortune. It's easy to do so considering his past erratic behavior as evidence of a troubled individual who had finally succumbed to his demons. Others are expressing sympathy for him, recognizing the immense pressure and scrutiny that comes with being in the public eye. They see him as a victim of his own success, a talented artist struggling with the ice.
Okay, so this kind of goes into this lawsuit that we're seeing, right? It appears that, well, Kanye West has to be on board with it. I don't know if at first when Milo Yiannopoulos called it out before that he was on board with it. Okay. Jane Doe versus whatever. Okay, this is some other shit. Let's see. Somebody says, how was Ye stupid enough to let you go? You're an asshole, but you have the heart of gold for anyone you truly care about. This is why it's so painful when you get betrayed, because you never do that. And he says, gets it. It looks like, it says, is Milo back at Yeezy? He says he never left. I think he had stepped down for some, when Ye had said he was doing Yeezy porn, I think he said, yo, I intend to retire. Now, Yeezy porn never got started. Okay, so the Mirror's running stories on it. Kanye West accused his former dentist of replacing the star's teeth with $850,000. Damn, titanium grills. And of supplying nitrous oxide and attempting to take over Yeezy. Kanye served notice for his intent to file. They said, despite these omissions, you failed to take time to timely corrective action. The fact that you felt compelled to apologize in writing underscores the egregious nature of your conduct and will serve as evidence of your negligence and awareness of guilt. The dentist allegedly charged him $50K a month, which was previously reported, to be stored in Bianca Sensori's apartment. That's interesting. So if Bianca was kind of like keeping these drugs that was keeping Ye incapacitated in her apartment, does she hold some liability? Because like she was storing these things, right? However, the financial allegations go further. In a statement given to the Mirror, the attorneys further assert that the dentist attempted to seize control of the global music and fashion brand Yeezy LLC, while his principal, Ye, was incapacitated with a cocktail of controlled and uncontrolled substances. They claim that he suffered injuries and damages, which include neurological and physical injury to Ye, which by the way, we read this already. And he said, before the legal notice, Bianca found a new dentist for Kanye as she was concerned with the impact of what's happening on him. My wife made me stop going to the old dentist because for some reason, every time I walk back, I think he talked about this. He talked about it on the Nas stream. The digital Nas stream. Digital non-stream Kanye. I think this is it right here.
Damn, we know. Like the suits, cause I'm like, nigga, I could be all this. People are gonna be like, oh, I know this location right here, and they're definitely here, cause this is like a rehabber in the stadium. Donda first feature. They build schools and they build. From America. I don't even know his name.
How do we get a transcript?
Based on that.
Show transcript.
There's a part in a Rock Nation.
Yeah, let's show transcript. Now we can search transcript. What we got to type in? Dentist. Right here. Here we go. That's a quick way to search YouTube videos, by the way.
You know who got this from? My new dentist. My new dentist, Trav. My wife made me stop going to the old dentist because for some reason every time I walk back, I'm like, why you walking like this? With my friend. No man, I had it ain't his fault. I had some nitrous. I had nitrous.
Now the dentist is gonna use this, right? Ye is saying it ain't his fault. And I'm pretty sure the dentist is going to use this point. Yo, Ye was forcing me to prescribe. Now here's the thing about malpractice and ethics.
So Kanye West and his wife Bianca are suing his dentist who provided him nitrous for I don't know how long, but they're saying the nitrous is like what seriously messed up his mental and why he's the way he's acting now. You know, who knows what addiction like that did to him? He probably like lost a lot of his memory, went crazy, and feel bad for Kanye, bros. He basically lost everything. It'd be sad if he lost everything due to an addiction. We don't know what Kanye's going through. Ever since he lost his mother, he hasn't really been the same. And yeah, man, just have to wait and see how everything goes. Man, hopefully one day the old Ye comes back. If not, it's fun while it lasted, man.